Dun 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 dun. All right. Hi guys, it's Timmy.
Hi, it's Divine.
Okay, so we've just come out from watching the movie Mission Impossible 8, or I guess you call it Final Reckoning. And this is just our live reaction. I mean, not live, but like we just came out of the movie about 5 minutes ago. And so these are just going to be our thoughts about the movie.
Yeah. We just came out of the movie. It was a fun movie.
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
you tell what you think about the movie first.
Okay, so before I start with like numbering the movie or giving my marks for it, there's so many things to talk about. So I guess I'm going to find a way to compress it. Okay, first of all, the runtime. What do you think about the runtime? It was about 3 hours.
It didn't feel like 3 hours. I guess maybe it's because of the way they do their movies here with the break in between, but it didn't feel like 3 hours. Yeah. But there are a couple of things in the movie that kind of like stood out for me. The first one being that this movie kind of reinforced my fear of the deep ocean. Like,
especially after you know the submarine people that died some years back.
Ocean Gate. Yeah, so the ocean is a very scary place. I'm surprised they didn't even show like fishes and giant marine
for a second there I thought I saw a whale.
Yes. I did too. Okay. But I mean the ocean is a very deep, scary place. So
yes. Okay, so I think I wrote down some things about the movie because I wanted to be specific before, instead of just talking out of like my head. So first things, our brother in Christ, Tom Cruise. What do you think about his final installment of the movie? How was his performance?
Oh, Tom Cruise is somebody that is known for always doing his own stunts. Yeah. So that was great. Oh, I was gonna say this, and thank God I remember. I love the fact that he runs because that's something I cannot do. Yep. I can't run to save my life, but so like to see him always like running with speed, like that's incredible. And the fact that he does his own stunts, that's another incredible thing to look out for. Like Tom Cruise is really raising the standards for action movies. And then there were this scene where he was in the helicopter trying to go from that silence, even in the ocean scene, with that quiet, that sound they were using, that doom, doom, that was very incredible. Like it was. There were moments where your heart just stopped to like, what's going on? To be fair, if you haven't seen like the movies leading up to this one, you might not really understand what is going on, what it's all about. But the action alone for this movie was kind of incredible. I give him like a 10 over 10 for always having to do his own thing. So it was not half as entertaining as the one before this one, but nevertheless, I feel like it's not entirely a bad movie. I can't really give you my rating right now. I need to let all the information I've gathered from the movie to like settle down in my brain before I give you a rating. But let me just say, like off the bat, first feeling is giving me like a 7 over 10.
Right. So I guess she has said a lot. So let me see what I want to say. So first of all, Tom Cruise. I'm going to do this. I have to bow on camera because you are too great. You are just too great, man. I think he's probably going to 60. If not, I don't know. But this man does all his stunts, and because his acting is so great. You feel something in this movie which are stakes. Like there are so many times that you actually feel it like, oh shit, someone can die. Somebody died in this movie. Spoiler alert if you don't want to know who the person is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luther died. And Luther's death was crazy because this guy has been like a mainstay in the movies, throughout these years. And honestly, I felt it, it touched me. And there was a scene at the end where Luther dropped like a recording for him, and it was very heartwarming. Hayley Atwell, my God, that woman is beautiful. Her frame, the way she looks, she was made for TV. Side note, I have always loved Hayley Atwell, so there is the bias. And
and then there was this one hot black guy. I don't know his name.
Yes.
Good looking. When I do find out his name, I'm gonna check you out.
Okay, the black guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Now, the villains. I mean, there were a lot of stakes, but I did not feel like I knew the villains well. Even although, like they are like people that reprise their roles from like the previous movies. All right, and oh yes, this woman as Madam President, Angela Bassett. Respect. This woman, she's also in her 60s, maybe going to 70, and she still does not look a day over 30. Like she I mean, she did not have a lot of like scenes or lines in the movie.
But every time she was on screen.
But every time she was on screen, yeah, she
was giving.
She did her job. And I don't know if you guys know him, but Mr. Milchick from
Severance.
From Severance.
Yeah,
yes.
I like the fact that he was
He
there.
showed up. He showed up for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And he did this thing. You know, the guy has this weird voice where he just makes everything like calm in a creepy way.
Yes.
Now also, because she has touched on it, there are 2 to 3 times in the movie where they went like on a 10, 15, 20 minutes time interval where there were barely any lines, just action, and you felt a lot of stakes because you felt fear, like anything could happen underwater, in the skies. Of silence. Yep. The music was creepy, was scary. Nah, I loved it. And let me see. I'm trying to think of something else, and this is going to be like my final stuff. Oh yes, she talked about it. The way this guy runs, I don't. So people watching, I've always had a problem with movies, and for example, I'm a big fan of The Flash, and most actors of The Flash, like you see the other guy, Ezra Miller, he always ran like he had some mental problems. But this guy, the way he runs, you can see he puts his all into it, and it's intriguing just to watch. Yeah, I know this can feel like glazing, but it's not. Every time he runs, you can feel it like this guy is putting a lot of action and my passion inside his like his running sequences.
I wouldn't say passion.
Yeah.
I feel like he's well trained. Like this is his bag.
No, because
this is the thing that I kind of like always notice in all his Mission Impossible movies. When he's running, he's actually running like that. That should go hard.
Yup. And there were some lines in this movie like nothing is written. What separates a good pickpocket from a great one? Timing. Now trust me, that line may mean nothing to you right now, but when you watch the movie, because there's a way they do there's that word in literature where you say something and you do it like later to make foreshadowing. Yes, the callback. Like they would say something 5 minutes into the movie, you would forget, but you see that stuff at the end of the movie.
You just clicked something for me in my brain. There's one thing I always look out for when I'm watching the movie, and that's when they say the title of the movie in the movie. Like when Gabriel
I said something.
This will be your
final reckoning. The end credits.
Okay. Oh, I like when stuff like that is nicely done.
Yeah. Benji. Oh my God. Benji was clutch in this movie. There is a scene there where...
Let's not talk about scenes in the movie, so we don't spoil it for people too much.
Yeah, that's why I said it was clutch. I won't really say much because, I mean, this is the first week. So I want you guys to go and watch this movie. I think it was a very good movie. Oh, and the final thing is, there is a callback to something that happened 30 years ago. You watch it in the movie between Ethan and somebody in the past and a knife, trust me, you would enjoy it. So, do you remember the scene?
Yeah, I do.
Like I've met you before. So
Sort of.
sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
because I think this movie has been going on for what? The franchise has been going on for 30 years. But anyways, from my point of view, I think the movie was a solid 7.5.
For now.
Yeah, for now. Well, I'm okay with that.
If you really want to enjoy the movie, I
Yeah.
understand so many of the concepts of
Yeah.
whatever they were discussing. Watch the last 2 installments.
Yeah.
And then come and watch
Yeah,
this one.
it would help. I watched the last 2, but I really enjoyed this movie and I will give it a 7.5. So
And for the ladies out there, there's a hot black guy you can Google at. Just saying.
she said there's a hot black guy for the
Yeah,
ladies,
for
you
the
know.
ladies, exactly.
So
The eye candy.
I mean,
the men have Hayley Atwell.
Yeah.
We have whatever is his name, and he was very easy on the eyes.
all right.
Anyways, go watch Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. My name is Divine. Bye.
Go watch Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. My name is Timmy.
Should you choose to accept this mission,
Should you choose to accept this mission?
go watch the final installment of Mission Impossible.
This
Final
message will
Reckoning.
end in 5, 4.
No, this moment will self-destruct.
This was
Oh, this
say it again.
Should you choose to accept this mission,
Yeah.
go watch Mission Impossible Final
Final
Reckoning.
Reckoning.
This message will self-destruct
self-destruct
in
in
5
5,
seconds. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.